Hello everyone again. My name is Valerie and I'm back to do another Tony story with you today. And today's story is going to be about how Tony tries new food. Now, I was telling you the last day about Tony and how he sees and feels things a little bit different. So sometimes when he's tasting food, it's the texture of the food that makes him not want to eat it. Not because he's trying to be silly or he's trying to do the right thing for mum and dad. It's just that he really doesn't like the texture of the food. So it's hard for him to eat it. But in this book we're going to read today, we're going to see different ways to help Tony to get used to different textures and different smells that will help him want to try some delicious new food. Because it's great fun trying new food. Because there is some lovely stuff that we can have if we try it. You never know until you try, so you don't. And that's what I tell Tony all the time. So let's see how Tony gets on. This is his other adventure. Tony tries new food. So let's see. Now, Tony has no school today. So Mum says his friend Harry can come and play. That's nice. It's always nice to have a play date, isn't it? And have someone come over to play when you have no school. Mum had a plan to make things fun, and she said, a fun food party for everyone. You see, Tony doesn't look too happy here. Sure he doesn't, but let's see how he gets on. Food for Tony is no big deal. He can happily go without a meal. He doesn't like certain textures or certain smells. No, Mum, no, he often yells. You see him here? He's not too happy here and he's throwing things and everything because he really doesn't want to eat it. So Mum is trying to find different ways to help Tony. So Mum and Dad try many ways, serving foods on different days. Disguising food was not a good plan because Tony got suspicious and he used to run away then. So away he ran because he said, oh, there's something hiding in there, I just know it. Now Mum and Dad introduce food slowly. One bite is okay and one bite only. A little goes on the plate every day while Tony gets used to it, and a little is okay, just for starting. So Tony just has a little bit each day and then he gets used to the texture and the smell, don't you, Tony? See, he does. Okay, so that's how it helps Tony to try it, isn't it? He's very good at trying new food now. So Mum says, everyone, let's begin. Tony feels a bit anxious and goes into a spin. Relax, says Mum, and listen to me. First, we'll play some food games, and then we can watch a DVD. Or a movie on Netflix, or something like that. Tony still has DVDs. Mum understands how Tony's mind works and that issues with foods is one of his little quirks. His senses are often all in a jumble. It can make him confused and likely to grumble because it's all hard. In Tony's mind, things are just a little bit mixed up. All his senses are mixed up. Bet you learned about senses in school, did you? Our sense of smell, our sense of taste, our sense of hearing, our sense of sight, and our sense of touch. So Tony's are just a little bit jumbled up, and then it makes it harder to try new things. Food games for Tony, they work very well because they help him get used to each touch and each smell. There's no pressure to eat, just to have fun with different foods for everyone. Mum says, let's do some art. We'll use food for colours, or fruit, so come on, let's start. The boys use berries to paint tall towers, while Tess uses oranges to make pretty flowers. And you see, they use the juice of the different fruit to paint pictures. So Tony didn't have to eat it, he just had to play with it, and that helped him get used to the touch of the food and the smell of the food. Mum finishes hanging the paintings to dry and says, here is a new game for you to try. She opens some alphabet, A, B, C. Let's spell out our names. Look, Tony, here's a T. So T for Tony. So there's lots of different letters in the spaghetti. See? So he has to spell out his name. So again, that helps Tony get used to the touch of the food. Then Harry says, "Can I choose a game? Food hide and seek is its name. I'll hide this onion and you can seek. Close your eyes now. Please don't peek." Tony and Tess look all around, but the onion is nowhere to be found. Tony gets upset and goes into his shell. Oh, he doesn't like when he can't find it. He's just a little bit sad about that. So he goes into his shell. But Mom says, "Tony, use your," that's right, your nose to smell. Use your nose to smell. So Tony sniffs and then pops out his head. He thinks carefully and crawls out to the shed. "I found it! I found it!" Tony yells. "I'm very good at recognizing smells." Tony is enjoying his fun food day. Now it's his turn to choose a game to play. "Food bingo, Mom, that's my choice." Mom just loves it when Tony uses his voice. They match the pictures with different foods. It's so much fun. Tony's in a great mood. Now it's Tessa's turn to choose. "I want a race and I don't want to lose." Mum puts out 3 yogurts with straws and they start the race to Mum's applause. Sucking the yogurt through the straw is really good for the muscles in Tony's jaw because he has to work hard to suck the yogurt out of the straw. Tony's not really happy when Tess wins the race. But he has to learn, doesn't he? He has to learn to say, "Well done, Tess," because we can't win all the races, doesn't he? But look, even though he's a little bit sad, Mum has something to fix his sad face. She made cupcakes for everyone. And she said, "Congratulations, because you all took part, so here's a cake for everyone." Now it's time for Harry to go. "I really enjoyed playing the games, you know," he said this to Tony before he went home. "Can I come back another day?" "Yes," said Tony. "Please come back another day to play." He's so happy when he looks up at Mum with a happy face and says, "Mum, fun food day was really ace." He enjoyed playing with the food. And he tried a few different things too. When Dad comes home, they sit up at the table. Not for too long though, because Tony's not able. It's hard to sit still for a long time, but he sits up for a little while. At dinner, Mum uses his first and then chart when encouraging Tony. This helps a lot. So again, you can see the pictures, which tells Tony what's next. Can you remember what was next from the book? Yeah, he could watch a DVD, isn't it? There's a picture of a DVD here. So Tony is tired after dinner, and Dad gives him a massage because it's always a winner. Tony loves this as it helps him unwind, and lots of deep pressure help calm his mind. So it's nice deep pressure at the end of the day. Dad pushes down Tony's shoulders and he feels nice and calm, all ready to relax for the evening. It's the end of the day and Tony feels good. He stayed out of his shell as best he could. "Come on," says Mom. "Let's check the day plan." Can Tony watch a DVD now? Yes, he can. Because once again, he followed the day plan. Remember, he had to have his food games and his dinner, and then he could watch a DVD. So I hope you enjoyed this story about Tony trying new food. Thank you, everybody, for listening. When I do signs like that, it's just signs for maybe some children can't really hear, so they use some signs, and this is the sign for thank you. Thank you for listening, and I'll see you soon. Take care, everybody. See you for another story very soon.